To the Mark 8.5 Golf R summary. So yeah, in today's video, I'm going to summarize everything we know about the Golf R. I've collated a lot of information actually and data on the car, and I just kind of want to summarize it in this video. And I've also got something super special and unique, possibly, well, I believe the first in the country as well, to kind of share in this video. A little bit around the R line actually as well. So yeah, well worth staying into, well worth, yeah, being involved in the channel. And yeah, let's get straight into this really. So this is the Volkswagen Golf R. And essentially some of the updates, I've done plenty of videos on my channel. Yeah, please feel free to check back on previous content on the car. Every single detail is there. And, if you like other content on there, feel free to check it out. I hope it helps you all out. And subscribing really helps because I've got some super cool stuff coming up with manufacturers actually, which is a result of people subscribing. It literally is the effect of you guys subscribing. So if you do subscribe, I still see the analytics, and about 11% of you who watch my content are subscribed. So if you subscribe, you get better content, more access for me, for manufacturers to share more with you. And I have got something in about 2.5 weeks of the Mark 8.5 Golf, potentially all of them to kind of share. So yeah, that should be exciting. That should be exciting to come. But anyway, it means a massive amount. It's a community channel. I enjoy sharing my stuff, and I love people getting involved in the comments, just helping each other out. This is an exciting time for Volkswagen, and it's an exciting car. I'm certainly enjoying it, and a lot of people from what I've seen from the comments are also. So yes, let's get straight into this with some of the features and bits, just to kind of summarize from the information I know. And the first part that kind of comes up actually is I kind of show this Golf R here is along the wheels, and I've learned how to pronounce the name now. So thanks to a colleague in the automotive industry who I do know, and she's pronounced it Varmanor, and that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Anyway, these wheels, which you can get in black or blacks for the black edition, or black or grey high gloss, in the standard Mark 8.5 Golf R. They're lightweight, they're forged. That's something new and unique, which has come a part of the new facelift model. So that's one little part, and I've pronounced it right. It has 333 brake horsepower, which is more than the standard Mark 8 Golf R that came out. The 20 years did have that power, but that was more limited number. I should also stress actually, which is something that I've been thinking about, the updates to this car seem more significant to me than say the Club Sport, where the power hasn't been increased. Even the standard GTI has gone up by 20 horsepower. So it feels like quite a nice little gain in power. The other thing, it's got the 7-speed auto, and a lot of little tiny details have been tweaked in this car, which I'm sort of spinning around now, showing this amazing pure white colour. That makes a difference. A lot of work goes into it. A lot of things are electrical now as well that can be tweaked, including like the DCC, the dynamic chassis control, and lots of things on that side. It's also now got a lag-free turbo inside under the hood, the 2-litre EA 888 engine. So that enables more responsiveness. It's 155 miles an hour top speed, but if you get the performance pack, which this car has, because you can see from the rear wing, it will do 167. So that's pretty special. The design change, as shown quite nicely on this white car, is the new front bumper, which is unique to the R. You can see it there. You can also see this little camera here, which is a new front camera, 360 degrees camera, which is pretty good. And I can spin around 360 degrees. This is kind of what it's like. And that's a first for the Golf, I believe. The R badge, which you can just about see there, I might change the colour actually just a little bit for you guys. I'll change it to blue, see if it comes up a little bit better there. The colour, Le Piz blue it's in at the moment, which is a signature Golf R colour from over the years, ever really since it started, the R32, 20 years ago now nearly. So crazy. That's moved so it's not on the front quarter panel anymore, it's on the door. So that R badge has moved. It's also a new R design, which is the same as the Mark 8 R, but the facelift, it's moved it a little bit, shifted it. I quite like it. Each their own. It kind of sweeps quite well in the lines, as you can just about see there. Hopefully it's all coming up for you guys nice and well. Inside, if we go into the interior as we open the door, this infotainment has been one of the biggest changes for the Mark 8.5. And I've sort of spent time in real life with one of the first ones that came into the UK actually to have a little play with it. I also played with equivalent models, basically, like the Passat and the Tiguan has the same setup. It's a 12.9-inch display, and this is the only option you can get in the Golf R. And essentially what they've done is the little changes that they worked really hard, Volkswagen. I really do feel they've taken on board feedback to try and implement the changes that they can do best as they can. As I mentioned in my Instagram post, actually, follow me on Instagram if you want, at SamAustin657. It's all in sort of like the bio and bits. And if you want cars to be featured as well, if you've got a car or, you know, you want to get involved, DM me on there or email me. All the information is in the description of every video or just in the channel if you check it out. And yeah, I kind of felt like they really listened to feedback, and it's something's different about Volkswagen. Something's different. They class themselves more as a love brand now, and you know, you think of like the ID Buzz, going back to the VW Camper. You know, it's just a bit more freeing. Feels like they've let themselves a bit free. They're not trying to be the best. They're trying to be their authentic self. That's a little summary of my post on Instagram that I put. But yeah, one of the improvements that they've done is they've got backlit sliders just along here. And what that means is just easier to control the volume and the temperature at night or even during the day when it's sort of like bad light. That's something that they've implemented on, which wasn't on the Mark 8. It is now on this. The buttons on the steering wheel, although they're still in that haptic kind of design, which is the only model in the Golf range and only new model from Volkswagen, which I understand still has this. It's not the sort of physical buttons now, which essentially is from the Mark 7. I've got a Mark 7 Golf R, and they've essentially used the same as that. The reason why they've kept it the same is because they want to keep that R button. They felt it was unique. And to be honest with you, facelift models, they've got to make it cost effective. And it's a huge design change to change it all to integrate it in. So they had to kind of keep it the same, which I feel is fair enough. And I will genuinely say I feel they've done a lot of additions actually for this facelift. Certainly in the R and the GTI, the Club Sport I'm sort of like intrigued a little bit more about. But what they have done with the way the buttons actually work is they're not too touch sensitive. So you can't actually just roll your finger over these front buttons and they will activate. All of them you actually have to press now. That's my understanding from what I know. And the way that you feel it and press it, it's slightly different. You're going to have to be there in person. Obviously, yeah, check out my channel in the future because that's, you know, I'll bring you along and share it all. And actually get involved in the comments. If there's things you want to know when I do get the opportunity to, well, in a few weeks, to sort of test out all the Mark 8.5 Golfs and, you know, let me know in the comments. And I do read every comment, so I will take that away with me and then I'll share it in a future video. That's a part of the community. You know, I listen to you guys and I'll put it out there. The other thing that they've changed quite a lot is the carbon interior. This is something which is actually quite nice and unique. And a lot of the touches inside, they have improved Volkswagen, which is, again, is pretty cool. And although I understand it might be quite a pricey option, it's just nice. It's nice to have it. It's real carbon. It's not the fake stuff. It's proper stuff from Volkswagen as well. So that's pretty cool. If we step out of the car, just like so, I will move on to the other model. So that's the standard Mark 8 Golf R that you can get. We don't know pricing. We don't know everything confirmed yet. And you'll hear it again on this channel because I like checking out configurators when they come live, and I will share it as I've done in the past. But another model which has come out of kind of nowhere a little bit, which is quite cool, is in fact the Black Edition. So if I just do a model change now, this is the normal Golf R, and there's a Touareg R. There's the Black Edition, which a lot of people seem to like. I can see from the videos that I've done. I also like it. Now, the Black Edition, now again, this isn't 100% confirmed. This is just what I heard from another video. The Black Edition is set to cost around €4,000 more. It will run for about a year till the end of 2025. Now, what that means, although it's not limited in numbers and they don't number these cars, which is a bit of a shame, that could do better job for resale values and stuff. It is limited in production, in like the amount of people that can order it within that timescale. After that timescale, they'll stop. So it's more unique in that way. You get the dark exterior styling. All the chrome is removed. So you can see in like the boot lid there, as I'll open the boot as well, just to show what I mean. It basically, it's all darkened essentially. And you get, you get that kind of as part of it. Across it, you can't really see it from the front because it's an illuminated badge, but that's also darkened. So it's a black style look, black door mirrors. This particular car is in black, Black wheels are the only options, the Varmanor black lightweight forged wheels or the Esterals. The calipers have to be in black, you can't change that. The actual exterior of the car, you can change the colour. That's my understanding. So as you can see with this car, you can change it to Lapis Blue metallic black, which gives it a black roof on top of the pan roof this car's spec'd with, pure white and pure white black. And this is the black edition in white with the black wheels. A few people said, oh, I prefer the blue calipers, which is fine. If you want the blue calipers, you can just get a normal Mark 8.5 Golf R and spec it in white and spec it with pretty much in a very similar way. You can get the black wheels, you can get the black exterior pack, which makes your car look like a black edition. It's just not the limited one. The only things that you can't really spec is you can't get these black exhausts, actually. I think they're something that's very much unique to the black edition. You can fit the Akrapovic on the black edition. For me, I would stick with the black edition exhausts personally. That's just subjective to me. The blue bar has been removed, and that's just at the front there. That's again just to make it a bit more stealthy look. That's if you go for the black pack as well. Darkened R badges, you can just about see that there. That's kind of darkened out, so very hard to see if you get the black version of the car. The dark brake calipers, as I mentioned, the dark wheels, the black quad tailpipes. And one thing that I've heard again from a colleague who was up close and personal in Germany, and I did have a little bit of a chat with her over around it recently, and basically the quality of the inside has improved. I noticed that a little bit with, as I changed the interior, you can get Napa leather or you can just get these standard ones. I felt like the quality, the moment I stepped into the Mark 8.5 facelift Golf back in May with Volkswagen, the first one that came from Germany into the UK, it literally just appeared and it was brilliant. I felt like the interior was of higher quality. I felt the touch materials felt better. I felt like, well, apparently in the Golf R you get more felt around the side and it's more premium quality. You can even see from this configurator, they're upping the game, and I feel that's very, very nice and welcome. So that's a positive over the Mark 8.5 Golf R. However, I will have to sit in it in person again, spend more time with it, which I will be doing so. So that's a little bit of a summary of some of the little details just on that side. You can also get the car in a state form, which is very nice. The BHP for that matches the hatch. You can add the black style pack to your estate, so it can almost look like a black edition. My understanding, though, is that the black edition is specific for the hatch. That's my understanding. And you get like darkened rear glass as well as part of the black pack, more darkened. Basically, it's like 90% tint, whereas a standard Mark 8 R would just have 65%, similar to my Mark 7. Hopefully, this is all making sense in a bit of a summary. Apparently, you get more cracks and pops in the exhaust from 2,500 RPM, and they've done little tweaks. Even like Akrapovic with the exhaust, apparently they've worked really hard on it to make it better. Particularly with all the rules and emissions that are kind of going in now. They've learned from this, and I'm filming this on the 2nd of July 2024, and they've tried to make it better in line with what they can, and that's quite nice. You get drift and special mode via that blue R button that comes as part of the performance pack. That also includes a G meter and a visualizer. And that shows the torque split of each of the four corners of the four wheels, which I think is quite nice and quite cool. I can actually open the doors as I'm sort of inside. Man, this configurator is awesome. Leave them open. Leave the doors open. So that basically shows the torque split to each of the four corners of the wheels. That's something that's unique. And a GPS lap timer. So if you take it on the Nürburgring, I'll shut those doors for you. You've got that. That's kind of like the summary of the little finer details that perhaps I didn't necessarily, to try and collate any more information that I found over time. Obviously, look forward to getting even closer with the car and spending more time with it and basically doing this, driving the car. Here you go. There's the car on the move. Does look good in whites. It looks pretty special. Those big brake discs haven't been upgraded over the Mark 8 R, but they are pretty substantial. But a lot of testing has been done on the car. It's German build quality. They test around the Nürburgring, but they also make it very usable for the road. They know they have to kind of hit the nail on the head when they produce this car. and that's exactly what they kind of do, and that's their kind of aim and goal, essentially. Yeah, I mean, there's the car, just open everything out. And it is a very practical car. You can get people in it. It's big and spacious. And actually with the seats, they're actually quite shallow. You can get into the back quite easily. I've sat in those seats. They're plenty comfortable. And it does feel quite airy, particularly with the blue and the light. It feels more airy than your equivalent Audi A3. It's just a bit more lighter and weight, basically more welcoming in some ways. You lose a little bit of the rear boot there because of the 4Motion. So that's only if you get the R. But I've lived with it because I've had a Mark 7 Golf R for the last seven years. And it doesn't take up too much. You know, it doesn't make a difference. Mine still has the space saver spare wheel. And basically, it just means you can't go down that other notch to fit things in. But I think on this particular car, you can fit stuff in. It actually shows like shopping that you can put in. I mean, that's an awful lot of stuff. It's subjective, but it can work. I believe it can work anyway. And you can get the estate if you've got 2 kids and you need more stuff. And obviously like a roof rack and things like that. So that's pretty cool and pretty exciting from my kind of perspective. And if maybe we change the background and we go to... I liked how they showed the country road in the UK. And you can actually turn off the lights. And that's one thing about the Black Edition. The Black Edition comes with sort of top spec lights. But I've mentioned that in my other videos as well. I have a lot of content on this, and I did put a lot of effort into doing it as well. I got some information early from Volkswagen, and appreciate it if you check that out. And as I shut all the doors, it's like, it's a lot of little tweaks. And actually some big ones for a facelift. This is just a midlife facelift. And it could well be the last petrol-powered car going from the R range. They are going to move to electric in 2030, so this is what you are going to get. The studio looks quite nice because it goes all shiny, which is quite cool. It goes a bit too dark, actually. We'll lighten it up a little bit here. Very, very nice. And... that's essentially the Mark 8.5 Golf R summary. Now, I said I had something special to show you guys and to talk to you about, and potentially a first, because I had a message today on Instagram DMs because, I accidentally changed the car black, which is why I love the community and why I love my subscribers. And he messaged me and said, I'm getting a new Golf R, not a new Golf R, the new Golf, and the dealer says it's ready for collection. And I was like, oh, wow. And he sent me some pictures. And check this out. This is a Golf R line, which he's ordered. Now, the 2nd of July, he's had these pictures. Apologies for any of the quality. I'm hoping to get better footage coming forward and to share it with you. This is definitely one of the first in the country. And I know this because I'm testing with Volkswagen these cars. And he looks like he's collecting this before the testing day even goes ahead in the UK. So, he's definitely got an early one. And this particular car is an R-Line. It's very well spec'd. It's the 1.5 TSI front-wheel drive version in King's Red Metallic, my favourite colour. Looks amazing. And this is obviously needs to be PDI'd and everything and to go through. And you can just see the styling. And actually, I'll be honest with you, styling-wise, I really like it. You know, if you put an R badge on there, or a GTI badge on it, I don't think you'd be disappointed. Genuinely, I think it looks gorgeous. I heard the owner said the dealer is even gonna fit red brake calipers for him, which is personal preference, which is a nice little touch as a little added option. But it's obviously got the black exterior pack. I'll have to find out the exact sort of spec he's gone for, but it's pretty special. I was actually hoping to join them, but they're quite far up north, because they've got the collection in a few weeks. But yes, hopefully more footage on the R-Line, which I've done videos on the R-Line too, and I'll do more videos on these. I will give you all the information you need to know about the Mark 8.5 Golf R in a variety of videos, trying to summarise as best as I can in the moment at the time. So that's why it's worth kind of, being involved in it and checking out the videos you want to check out, you know, if you're going to buy a car and you want to know about it, and hopefully my videos will help with that. And I love the clear glass on the rear, on the lens, and obviously the matrix lights. There's no reason why you can't get that on other Golfs, which is why it's on this R-Line. This car's obviously a little bit lighter and a little bit more aerodynamic, and it's got the mirrors tucked in. There's no issues with supply issues where you can't get a certain spec that you want. You've got the gloss black parts. The wheels look gorgeous as well. Very, very exciting. And I was like, wow, that looks amazing. I'm a sucker for King's Red Metallic. and I think it looks really, really good. I've got the pictures in single form as well, and I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys to see, just to give you an idea of the kind of the touches of the car. Yeah, this is one of the first, and I'm very grateful. And this is, you know, part of the community. I do have a lot of people reach out to me, and that's how I share some of the content I do. It's part of the community, and other friendly guys kind of share it, and we're all here to help each other out. And yeah, but yeah, for those who watch a video and, you know, you see a title about a Golf R and then you see something else, you know, that's what I like to share. I like to put in a little bit more to help you guys out, basically, to give you an impression. And this is super cool, super, super cool to see. And yeah, I'm happy to kind of share it with you, essentially. But with that aside, what do you guys think? Now, the one thing about this particular configuration, from what I've heard, is it's not like set in stone. You know, it's visualization purposes only at the moment. But as soon as the information becomes available, I will go onto the configurator when it's in the UK configurator, on the German configurator, and I will give you those options, and that will show you the price, and that will show you everything else. And that's pretty much it. Tough one on the colour. Part of me, I have a limestone grey Golf R. I would have loved to have seen a grey one, if that's my only negative. But to be truthful, the Moonstone Grey looks great, and it looks great on the GTIs, and it looks great on the R lines. So yeah, that's where we're at. I wonder if you can go into the interior and drive. I know you can set off the airbags. You can sit in the rear seats. I know that much. So you can see like what's it like at the back, and you can be like, oh, I'm in a Golf R, it's amazing. Oh, this is fantastic. You get all like the seat controls there. You've got that, and this is with the Napa leather too. There is actually genuinely quite a lot of space in this car, and this is obviously what it would be like if you had, yeah, normal Mark 8 Golf anyway, just with the Golf R to kind of make things snazzy. Open the doors. I like the option where you can show the airbags. I think that just shows a lot of safety and consideration. I think that's pretty cool. What I'll do is I'll go to the exterior, because I haven't shared too much with its authentic colour, Lapis Blue Metallic, and I'll put myself back into the country road setting. Here you go. You get the R badge illuminated there, so that's quite cool at night. This is obviously the black edition, so you've got the black styling effects, and it's a little bit more darker. So that's on that side. But if I just zoom back out to the standard Golf R, I say standard, they're still all pretty special. You can see how it retains the blue brake calipers there. It's less darkened. You get the chrome mirrors, you get the chrome badges. I love it, to be honest with you. That's just me. And if you turn off the lights, which I believe you do here, you can then see that blue bar just about. Can you guys see it? That's what you'd lose as part of the black styling pack. And then, yeah, you still get sort of like quite dark tinted rear lights, which is nice. And this car's got the Akrapovic exhaust. But what you can do is I turn the lights back on again because I think it looks pretty cool. You can just have that as the standard sports exhaust, which looks like that. Or it looks like it's in a bit more of a dark chrome. Yeah, I'll have to see about that one, whether or not that comes to fruition, because it was a little bit lighter than... Maybe I'm wrong with that. But that's essentially the car. This car's all in performance pack. You can have it without the rear wing if you don't go with that. And it'll obviously make it a little bit more subtle, and you can change the wheels as well. The standard wheels, again, all of this stuff I've gone through, but I'm sort of on a roll, so I'll share it. The stuff with the wheels, the Jerez wheels are the standard, which is the 18-inch wheels, and if I back out, that's kind of like your standard spec wheels, which are still, I really like them. I think they look pretty cool. And then you've got the Esterals as well in black or high gloss, but the black edition, it's all in black. Right, I hope that little summary helps you out and just gives you a bit of an idea of this super cool car. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing more on it going forward, and as soon as I find out information, you'll see it first on the channel. As soon as I get the information, I then put out a video. You know, this is the 2nd of July. You're seeing this on the 2nd of July, so this is the place. Yeah, if you want to be a part of it, it really does mean so much, and you know, I want to keep sharing the content and for you guys and for myself as well, because to be honest with you, I love this car. I think it's awesome. I think it's the one car that can do everything for everyone. That's just my opinion. And yeah, I look forward to sharing more if you're intrigued about the car too. And yeah, check back on previous content. I urge that. and subscribe, and who knows where that will take me. Maybe I'll be in Germany next, giving you the absolute latest on the scene. That would be absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day.